Good day everyone! For today's topic, we will be talking about the sustainable development. This lesson explores the complex relationship between globalization and sustainable development. We'll explain how increased global interconnectedness can both hinder and support efforts to create a more sustainable future for our planet. The objective of this lesson is for us to define sustainable development and its key principles, identify the challenges and opportunities presented by globalization for sustainability, analyze how each of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs connects to the globalization, and explain the importance of the SDGs in the globalized world. So, ano nga ba yung sustainable development? The Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs are a set of 17 global objectives established by the United Nations in 2015. They aim to address a range of global challenges, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. The SDGs are part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the world. Now, let's move to the key principles of sustainable development. The first one is integration of environmental, social, and economic goals. The concept of sustainable development acknowledges the interdependence of economic progress, social fairness, and environmental conservation, and the need to pursue this in tandem. In sustainable development to occur, it is imperative that environmental, social, and economic objectives are integrated to prevent one field from undermining the other. Economic growth should not be prioritized over social justice or environmental sustainability. Rather, it should support balanced progress according to this comprehensive approach. A harmonious and long-lasting framework for enhancing human well-being and safeguarding the environment is what sustainable development seeks to achieve by considering the interconnectivity of both objectives. The second one is intergenerational equity. The rights of future generations are the main emphasis of this principle. It suggests that to guarantee that future generations have access to the same resources and opportunities, we should properly use natural resources. The main goal of intergenerational fairness is to make sure that decisions and actions taken today do not impair the capacity of future generations to meet their own needs. It promotes resource conservation and appropriate use to ensure a sustainable and just future for all upcoming generations. The third one is intergenerational equity. To ensure that everyone in the present generation has access to social services, a healthy environment, and economic possibilities, it is necessary to ensure equity within the generation. To guarantee that everyone has access to resources, opportunities, and a healthy environment, intergenerational equity places a strong emphasis on justice and equality within the current generation. To ensure that no one is disadvantaged because of their social economic status or other causes, it aims to address and decrease inequities. The fourth one is public participation and stakeholders' involvement. Our societal sectors, including corporations, governments, and civil society, must participate in decision-making processes to achieve sustainable development. Involving stakeholders and the public in decision-making processes guarantees that the needs and viewpoints of all societal groups are considered. Solutions for sustainable development that are more fair, open, and efficient result from this inclusive approach. The last one is sustainable consumption and production. To achieve sustainability, waste reduction and the promotion of resource efficiency are essential. Utilizing resources sensibly and effectively to fulfill present demands without jeopardizing the capacity of future generations to meet their own requires sustainable consumption and production. To create a more resilient and egalitarian society, it includes lowering waste, conserving energy, encouraging eco-friendly activities, and implementing the concept of the circular economy.
Challenges. Number 1. Environmental degradation. It increased industrial activity and transportation contribute to pollution and climate change. Deforestation, loss of biodiversity, and resource depletion are accelerated by global demand. The global industrial activity leads to increased air and water pollution. Emissions from factories, transportation, and agriculture contribute significantly to climate change and health issues. Number 2. Economic disparities. Globalization can widen the gap between rich and poor countries, exacerbating economic inequalities. Qualitative labor practices and unfair trade agreements can undermine local economies. Globalization can benefit wealthier nations and multinational corporations disproportionately, leaving developing countries and local economies struggling. That can widen the wealth gap both within and between countries. Number 3. Overconsumption. Global markets drive consumerism, increasing the demand of natural resources. Next to that, this leads to unsustainable production and consumption patterns. The global market drives a culture of overconsumption where the demand for goods leads to unsustainable production and waste. Overconsumption strains natural resources, leading to shortage and long-term environmental damage. Number 4. Waste management. The global trade of waste, specifically electronic waste, often results in improper disposal in developing countries, causing environmental and health hazards. The trade and disposal of electronic waste often end up in developing countries, where improper handling and recycling processes pose significant environmental and health risks. Global trade and consumption contribute to massive amount of plastic waste, much of which ends up in oceans, harming marine life and ecosystems. Opportunities. 1. Technology transfer. Globalization facilitates the spread of green technologies and sustainable practices across borders. Next to that, innovations in renewable energy, waste management, and sustainable agriculture can be shared globally. Globalization allows for the spread of innovations in renewable energy like solar and bioenergy. These developed technologies also allow efficient waste management system and sustainable agriculture practices. Number 2. Economic growth. Global trade can provide economic opportunities for developing countries, helping to lift people out of poverty. Sustainable development initiatives can create green jobs and promote economic resilience. The growth of green industries and sustainable development initiatives can create new jobs and drive economic growth, specifically in developing countries. By providing access to global markets, globalization can lift people out of poverty and insufficiency. Number 3. Cultural exchange. Exposure to diverse cultures can lead to greater awareness and appreciation of sustainability practices from different parts of the world. It can inspire global citizens to adopt sustainable lifestyles. The exchange of ideas and values can foster a sense of global citizenship, where people feel a collective responsibility to protect the planet, thus inspire individuals and communities to adopt more sustainable lifestyles. Number 4. Resource efficiency. Global supply chain can optimize the use of resources, reducing waste and increasing efficiency. Next to that is companies are increasingly adopting sustainable practices due to consumer demand and regulatory pressures. Resources efficiency plays a crucial role in promoting sustainable development. It involves optimizing the use of natural resources to minimize waste and environmental impact while maintaining economic benefits.
Now, let's talk about the 17 SDGs and its connection on globalization. The first one is No Poverty or SDG 1. Globalization can stimulate economic growth and development, creating job opportunities and reducing poverty. Access to global markets enables countries to trade goods and services, which can lift people out of poverty. Eradicating poverty is crucial for a stable global economy. When poverty rates decline, more people can participate in global markets as consumers and producers, fostering economic integration. Global trade and investments are essential for lifting people out of poverty by creating jobs and increasing income levels. The second one is Zero Hunger or SDG 2. Globalization facilitates the distribution of food resources across borders, helping to address food scarcity in various regions. It also promotes agricultural innovation and efficiency through the exchange of technology and practices. Addressing hunger ensures a healthier, more productive global workforce. By improving agricultural practices and ensuring food security, countries can trade agricultural products more efficiently, balancing supply and demand on a global scale. International collaborations in agricultural technology and food distribution are key to this goal. The third one is Good Health and Well-being or SDG 3. The global exchange of medical knowledge, research, and technology improves healthcare systems worldwide. Global cooperation helps combat pandemics and health crises by pooling resources and expertise. A healthy global population is fundamental to sustained economic and social interactions, improve health outcomes, reduce the burden on healthcare systems, and enhance productivity. Global health initiatives and the sharing of medical advancements contributes to better health standards worldwide, facilitating safer travel and migration. 4. Quality Education or SDG 4. Globalization enhances access to educational resources and opportunities. Online learning platforms and international academic collaborations provide diverse learning experiences and knowledge exchange. Quality education builds a skilled workforce capable of innovating and competing in a globalized economy. Educational exchanges and international academic collaborations expand knowledge and cultural understanding, preparing students to work and thrive in diverse environments. Digital education platforms break down geographical barriers, making education accessible globally. The fifth one is Gender Equality or SDG 5. Global movements and international organizations promote gender equality and women's rights, leveraging global platforms to address gender disparities and advocate for policy changes. Empowering women and ensuring gender equality enhance economic productivity and social development. Gender equality leads to a more inclusive workforce and diverse leadership, driving innovation and economic growth. Global movements and policies advocating for women's rights can harmonize efforts across borders. SDG 6 or Clean Water and Sanitation. Global partnership and funding can support the development of infrastructure for clean water and sanitation. Knowledge sharing on water management practices can improve access to safe water worldwide. Access to clean water and sanitation is fundamental for public health and economic stability. Global investments in water infrastructure and the exchange of best practices help improve living standards worldwide. Clean water initiatives ensure healthier population, contributing to a more productive global workforce. SDG 7 or Affordable and Clean Energy. Globalization enables the transfer of renewable energy technologies and investments in sustainable energy projects, helping to reduce the dependence on fossil fuels and promote clean energy solutions. Sustainable energy sources reduce dependency on fossil fuels and promote environmental sustainability. Clean energy innovations can be shared globally, and international investments in renewable energy projects create new markets and job opportunities. This fosters energy, security, and environmental stewardship on a global scale. SDG 8, or Decent Work and Economic Growth. Global trade and investments create jobs and stimulate economic growth. Global standards and practices can improve labor conditions and promote fair wages. Promoting decent work conditions and economic growth ensures that globalization benefits are widely shared. Fair labor practices and economic growth reduce exploitation and poverty, enhancing global trade and investment climates. International labor standards and trade agreements support this goal. SDG 9, or Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure. Globalization encourages technological innovation and the development of infrastructure. International collaboration in research and development accelerates advancement in various industries. Robust infrastructure and innovation industries are the backbone of a globalized economy. Advancement in infrastructure, such as transportation and communication networks, facilitates international trade and collaboration. Innovation drives competitiveness and economic dynamism, which are essential for global economic integration.
10. Reduce inequality. Globalization can help reduce inequalities by providing opportunities for economic growth in developing countries. However, it requires policies that ensure equitable distribution of benefits. Reducing inequalities ensure that the benefits of globalization are equitably distributed. Addressing income disparities and promoting social inclusions enhance social stability and economic participation. This creates a more balanced and fair global economy where all countries and communities can benefit from globalization. 11. Sustainable cities and communities. Global networks and exchanges promote sustainable urban planning and development practices. International funding and expertise support the creation of resilient and inclusive communities. Sustainable urban development ensures that the cities can handle the pressure of globalization, such as increased migration and economic activities. Smart, resilient cities enhance quality of life and attract global talent and investment. Urban planning that incorporates the sustainability principle supports a more interconnected and efficient world. Responsible consumption and production. Global supply chains necessitate responsible consumption and production practices. International agreements and standards help ensure sustainability in production processes. Sustainable consumption and production practices ensure that the global resources are used efficiently and responsibly. International supply chains benefit from eco-friendly practices, reducing waste and promoting sustainability. Global standards for production and consumption help harmonize efforts and reduce environmental impacts. Number 13. Climate action. Global cooperation is essential in addressing climate change. International agreements like the Paris Agreement unite countries in efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate climate impacts. Addressing climate change is essential for the sustainability of global economic activities. International cooperation on climate actions helps mitigate environmental risks and ensures that the economic growth does not come at the expense of the planet. Global agreements and initiatives foster collaborative effort to reduce carbon emissions and adapt to climate impacts. Number 14. Life below water. Global efforts are crucial for the conservation and sustainable use of oceans and marine resources. International treaties and collaborations aim to protect marine biodiversity and reduce pollution. Protecting marine ecosystem is crucial for global food security and economic activities, such as fishing and tourism. International agreements and conservation efforts ensure sustainable use of ocean resources. Healthy oceans support biodiversity and economic livelihoods, contributing to global economic stability. Number 15. Life on land. Global initiatives support the protection and restoration of terrestrial ecosystem. International cooperation helps combat deforestation, desertification, and biodiversity loss. Preserving terrestrial ecosystems and biodiversity is vital for ecological balance and economic activities, such as agriculture and forestry. Global conservation efforts and sustainable land management practices help maintain tree resources for future generations, supporting a sustainable global economy. Number 16. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Globalization promotes international norms and standards for justice and human rights. Global institutions and collaborations work towards peace, justice, and effective governance. Peaceful and just societies with strong institutions create a stable economic environment for global interactions. Good governance, rule of law, and reduce corruption attract foreign investments and facilitate international cooperation. Strong institutions ensure that globalization's benefits are realized fairly and effectively. Number 17. Partnership for the goals. Global Shift fosters partnerships across countries and sectors. Collaborative efforts are essential to mobilize resources, share knowledge, and achieve the SDGs through collective action. Achieving the SDGs requires global partnerships and collaborative efforts. Partnerships between governments, business, civil society, and international organizations mobilize resources, share knowledge, and drive collection action. These partnerships are fundamental to addressing global challenges and harnessing the full potential of globalization.
Importance of Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs in relation to globalization. The SDGs are critically important in the context of globalization, as they provide a comprehensive framework for addressing the interconnected challenges and opportunities that arise in an increasingly globalized world. Globalization has accelerated economic growth, technological advancement, and cultural exchange, but it has also led to significant disparities in wealth, access to resources, and environmental sustainability. The SDGs aims to ensure that the benefits of globalization are distributed more equitably and sustainably, fostering inclusive economic development, social well-being, and environmental protection. By promoting goals such as reducing poverty, SDG 1, ensuring quality education, SDG 4, and combating climate change, SDG 13, the SDGs address the need for global cooperation and shared responsibility. They encourage nations to work together to manage globalization's impacts, leveraging international partnerships, SDG 17, to achieve a more just and sustainable future. In essence, the SDGs serve as a vital blueprint for harnessing the positive aspects of globalization, while mitigating its negative effects, ensuring that progress benefits all people and the planet.
Conclusion. In summary, the Sustainable Development Goals and globalization are deeply interconnected. Globalization offers opportunities for economic growth, technological advancement, and cultural exchange, but it also brings challenges like inequality and environmental damage. The SDGs provide the framework to harness the benefits of globalization while addressing its downsides. By promoting inclusive development, social well-being, and environmental sustainability, the SDGs aim to create a fairer and more sustainable world. Effective global cooperation and strong institutions are essential to ensure that the advantage of globalization are shared widely and equitably.